Have you ever felt like our super comfortable lives with central heating and air conditioning are maybe making us a little soft? We live in perfectly controlled environments, shielded from the extremes of hot and cold. But what if that comfort is actually a cage weakening our bodies and minds? That's the core question investigative journalist Scott Carney explores in his fascinating book, What Doesn't Kill Us? Carney starts his journey as a total skeptic. He heads to Poland to expose a man named Wim Hof, famously known as the Iceman. Hof claims he can teach anyone to control their body's response to extreme cold, boosting their immune system and unlocking hidden human potential. Carney, like most of us, thinks it sounds like a bunch of nonsense. He plans to participate in Hof's training, experience its failure firsthand, and write a takedown piece. But then something incredible happens. Within just a few days of practicing Hof's method, which involves specific breathing techniques and gradual cold exposure, Carney finds himself standing shirtless in the freezing Polish snow, feeling not just fine but invigorated. He's able to withstand temperatures that should be dangerous, and he feels a surge of energy and clarity he's never experienced before. His skepticism melts away, replaced by a burning curiosity. He realizes there's something real and powerful happening here. This personal transformation sparks a global investigation. Carney travels the world to understand the science behind this phenomenon. He discovers that our ancestors were constantly exposed to environmental stress like cold, heat, and hunger. These challenges force their bodies to adapt and become incredibly resilient. Our modern comfort has essentially switched off these ancient survival mechanisms, leaving us more prone to autoimmune diseases, chronic inflammation, and mental health issues. Carney explains that our bodies have what he calls the wedge. This is our ability to consciously insert our will between a knee. Environmental stimulus, like cold, and our body's automatic, often panicked response. The Wim Hof method is a powerful tool for developing this wedge. The breathing exercises hyperoxygenate the blood and reset the nervous system, preparing you for the cold. Then, the cold exposure itself acts as the training ground. When you plunge into an ice bath, your body's first reaction is to freak out. Your heart races, you gasp for air, it's the fight-or-flight response. But by consciously controlling your breathing and staying calm, you teach your nervous system that you are in control. You're telling your body, hey, this is uncomfortable, but we're safe. We can handle this. Over time, this practice strengthens your vascular system. Your veins and arteries are lined with tiny muscles that contract in the cold and relax in the heat. Regular cold exposure is like a workout for your entire circulatory system, improving blood flow and reducing inflammation, which is the root cause of so many modern ailments. But the book goes way beyond just Wim Hof. Carney explores other ways people are using environmental conditioning to reclaim their health. He meets Laird Hamilton, the legendary big wave surfer, who uses intense heat and cold in his underwater workouts to push his physical limits and stay at the top of his game at an age when most athletes have long since retired. These extreme workouts aren't just for show. They're a deliberate method to trigger adaptive responses in the body. He also dives into the world of evolutionary fitness, looking at movements like movement, which encourage people to practice the natural, practical movements of our ancestors: running, climbing, jumping, and lifting. The idea is that our bodies didn't evolve to sit in chairs and lift weights in a gym. They evolved to navigate a complex, unpredictable natural world. By reintroducing these movements, we reawaken dormant physical abilities and build a more functional, resilient strength. Carney even builds his own state-of-the-art gym, but it's not what you'd expect. Instead of treadmills and weight machines, he has climbing walls, kettlebells, and a giant freezer for cold plunges. He experiments on himself, tracking his own biological markers. He finds that by regularly exposing himself to these stressors, he doesn't just feel better, he gets measurably healthier. His metabolism improves, his inflammation markers go down, and his overall sense of well-being skyrockets. One of the most compelling parts of the book is the scientific validation. Carney talks to researchers who conducted a study on Wim Hof and his students. They injected them with a component of E. coli bacteria that normally causes severe flu-like symptoms for several hours. The control group got sick, as expected. But Wim Hof and his trainees, using their breathing techniques, were able to consciously suppress their immune response. They had almost no symptoms. It was a groundbreaking study, proving that we can, in fact, influence our autonomic nervous system and immune system, something medical textbooks long said was impossible. What doesn't kill us is a powerful argument against our culture of comfort. It suggests that by avoiding all forms of discomfort, we're actually making ourselves sick. The key isn't to be reckless, but to reintroduce small, manageable doses of environmental stress to re-engage our body's natural, powerful adaptive systems. This could be as simple as ending your shower with 30 seconds of cold water, or going for a walk on a chilly day without a heavy coat. The book is a call to action. It challenges us to step outside our climate-controlled bubbles and test our own limits. It's a reminder that we are all descendants of survivors, and that a deep, primal resilience is encoded in our DNA. We just need to remember how to unlock it. Carney's journey from skeptic to believer is not just a personal story. It's a roadmap for anyone looking to reclaim their health, strength, and the wild, powerful human spirit that lies dormant within all of us. So, what are you waiting for? Maybe it's time to get a little uncomfortable. Thanks so much for watching. If you're inspired to explore your own limits, I highly recommend picking up a copy of What Doesn't Kill Us. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more summaries of life-changing books. See you next time.